Coach, I know you're excited. Tennessee fans seem to be very excited about your staff. This has been a process that you said was going to take some time. It did, but it seems like it's really paid off.
Yeah, I said it was going to take a while, and it did. But for it to come together, it's even better than I initially thought. To add, kind of one of the last guys was Lance Thompson, and to add him, I didn't even have him on my initial list. And I was out recruiting everywhere, and I kept all these high school coaches were talking about him, these recruits were talking about him, and so we researched it. And I didn't know if he could coach at all, so we interviewed him on that side of things, and he's a great coach as well. So that even improved it even better than what I thought it could be initially.
It's been a different process for you. When you were with the Raiders, pretty much your staff was already kind of set. Now this is a clean slate for you. You've had to build this. I guess it's been kind of exciting for you too.
Yeah, it has to actually control your roster, control your staff. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But so it's great to be around and to be around guys that really want to be here. And that everyone's really new. Nobody hasn't. The staff completely turned over, so it's a lot of people that are here, and I just like the competition in the room because you have Ogeron and Thompson, who have both been the national recruiter of the year, ranked the #1 recruiter in the country, and then there's other guys in the room that think they're better than them, so they're going to try to win the award themselves.
Also, you've had some head coaching experience on the staff. That's got to help you too, doesn't it?
Sure, it does. Anytime that you have the experience that we have on the staff in recruiting and in running teams, always helps because you're always, if you're a great competitor, you're always listening to everything and you're always taking a little bit from everyone.
Mike Hamilton set this up where you had a pool of money and then you kind of distributed to get these different assistant coaches. So you had to do a little bit of juggling with the money, didn't you?
Yeah, I took less for that. My wife wasn't very happy. No. The way that I looked at it is this: if we don't have a great staff, we're not going to win, and that's the bottom line, is to win, and that's going to help everybody. And so we set it up this way, and fortunately, through the support of Mike and everybody around him, it was great to see, and it came together the way that we wanted it.
I guess the bottom line, when you win, then everybody gets rewarded, and that's where you got to kind of sell this whole thing, isn't it?
Sure. Yeah. We need to win games, and so we put a staff in place to do it. Now we got to work, and now it's time for them to live up to all that money they're making.
Coach, obviously you're heading to the finish line in recruiting right now. Talk about it. Have you hit full stride yet?
Yeah, we're not even close because, for us to do it right, we would be into these kids 2 years into the relationships with them and everyone around them. But we're doing the best we can, and so we're trying to make up ground, and we're banging away, and we do have a great staff that has really been tireless at this. We've actually only been together as a full staff now for 1 week, so we got a lot of work to do, but we think that we're making some ground for the future, especially not only just this class.
But the assistant coach you brought in, many of them already have experience in the SEC. That's got to be a big bonus for you.
Yeah, you kind of have half. Half your staff has NFL experience, and half the staff has SEC experience. So that was really big to get quality SEC experience. Anybody can just coach somewhere and put it on your resume that you coached in the SEC, but these are guys that were at successful places, that were successful recruiters, successful coaches, and successful people, and so it was very important to mesh the staff together that way.
Let's talk about your philosophy right now in terms of who you're recruiting. Are you looking at best athletes? Are you trying to fill specific holes, or what's your approach that way?
We need to get good players that want to do things right on and off the field, and guys that are committed academically as well. So we're not trying to fill slots for 5 of this position, 3 of this position, because we don't have enough people right now to do that and to where they'll be really good players. And so the last thing we want to do is just sign somebody at a position and they're sitting on the bench because they can't play. That doesn't do any good. We need to sign the best players that we can, and if that leaves us a little bit lopsided, we'll figure it out.
Everybody's looking for linemen, special defensive linemen. How's that search going for you?
Yeah, it's going all right. We have a great selling point, to be able to play a defense for Monty Kiffin and be able to be coached by Ed Ogeron. If your goals are to get to the NFL and get drafted high, well, there's not a better place to come, even in the NFL, and you get it right away in college. So that's helped us. We're making some headway on some guys.
Tennessee's had a pretty good tradition of defensive linemen with Reggie White and John Henderson, Darwin Walker. Do you use that a lot in the recruiting pitch?
Yeah, we do a little bit, but once again, that we've got to sell what's going on right now, and that's all good, but that doesn't really help a kid very much when he's coming in. Who's going to coach you right now? What is the plan right now? And so, why that is valuable. A lot more valuable than that is what are we doing right now? This is who's going to coach you. This is a track record that they've had with the players that they've coached between Monty and Ed, and how many great players they've coached and first rounders and all that. And you put that together and you put a plan together for a kid is what they really need to see.
Next 2 weeks, you'll be just flying around every place, won't you?
well, what's the difference between the last 4 weeks and the next two? It's the same thing.
It's been a kind of a blur, but I guess it's been fun for you there too, though.
Yeah, well, at least now we just have to recruit players. I'm tired of recruiting coaches. You know, we had to recruit players and we had to recruit coaches at the same time. So we're trying to sign a class under man and then try to go get coaches as well. So we finally have our staff in place and now we can focus on the players.
Let's talk about spring practice. Is that even something that's even been on the map yet? Have you started breaking down what you want to get done in spring practice?
No, not at all. We don't have time to do that. You know, if we do that, you know, this class will suffer. And so right now we're worried about this class and we're worried about our own players. You know, we get back as much as we can. A lot of times I fly in late at night and we have a 5:30 a.m. workout, so I can fly right back out and go recruit. So we get a chance to see our guys and to really work on our guys physically and mentally.
How have the players currently on the roster, how have they reacted to the new regime and to the new workout schedules and all those type of things?
Well, there's always going to be some resistance, you know, and unfortunately we had to get rid of a couple players, and I don't want to do that. Nobody wants to do that. And don't mistake that for that. You know, we're coming in and say, well, we got to get rid of some guys to set an example. In the perfect world, everybody would do things right. But what I have to remember is that I owe it to the players on our roster and the guys that we're recruiting that are coming in to make sure that the culture is right. And if there's guys that don't want to do things right in the classroom and on the field, then they can't be here because they're going to affect the guys that are doing things right and the freshmen that are coming in. So as hard as it is to do, you know, we had to make some decisions that help our team.
Finally, folks want to know, how is Knox Kiffin coming along? How's the baby and mama doing?
I guess he's doing good. You know, all I do is hear over the phone, and unfortunately, you know, that's the one downside about this job was I got to see him for half a day, and then I was back here on an airplane, you know, recruiting. So, from what I hear, he's doing well.
When will the family be here, do you think? Any timetable for that?
I don't know. You know, we still haven't bought a house, and you know, the baby being new out there, and it's warmer out there too, so she kind of wants to let it warm up. Well, I told her it was snowing Monday here, so that kind of, I shouldn't have said that. I didn't do a very good job recruiting that way. I do better with the players.
But I think she's pretty much a lock. I don't think you have to worry about her transferring. So in pretty good shape.
Yeah, she signed a long contract.
There you go. Coach, keep up the hard work, and good luck with the last 2 weeks of recruiting, and best of luck when you come signing day.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Layton.